Okay. Good. I'm glad. So we've got Alabama, we've got California and Michigan so far. Okay, you guys. This is getting close to Thanksgiving. The herds of turkeys that I see out here all the time are kind of diminishing. I don't know if somebody's getting their dinners or what. My bow hunters, they tell me they only shoot deer, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, again, see my gloves? When I'm going to do lifting, and even if you aren't, let's say we were just going to do body weight, and I've told you this before, but I'm going to tell you again. Having gloves is not just for cuteness sake. It's to help your grip. It's to help keep your joints warm and supported. So there's lots of reasons to wear a good weight training glove. So many times they look like bike gloves almost. You want it easy on, easy off, and they help a lot. So we haven't done these in a while. So we're gonna use our free weights, yes. We'll be getting warmed up, yes. But I want to impress upon you how important it is to do carries. That's kind of like how our body was kind of created, so that we could actually do work, carry things around, carry kids around. And so I'm getting warmed up, but what did I do? I just picked up 2 jugs. It could be 2 grocery bags that you pick up that are full of stuff. I don't care what kind of stuff, just so you can have a load. So whenever I start to warm up with carries, I do forward and backward walking. Yes, sagittal plane type walking. I do side to side, because every time you do these locomotions, your body has to read out. It's kind of making notes to itself. Oh, my person has picked up something. So you know what? I have to adjust. And so I am telling you that if you are pretty normal, as you have your birthdays and you get smarter, hopefully, you start noticing little changes in the way you walk. For me, that happened pronouncedly when I started having issues with my joints. And then I went and had a hip replaced and a knee replaced. And there's a lot of people that just after they do that type of replacement surgery, I hope you're walking with me, and I hope you have a load. And it doesn't have to be a 10-pound load. See, I have a big gallon full of water and a big gallon full of water. That is right at 10 pounds. But when you're carrying and you have these joint issues, you don't have to put that much in your hand to start with. Just get some of your weights and just hold on to them. And it could be any poundage that you choose. So a lot of the weights that y'all have gotten from me go up in 3-pound increments, which is perfect. So you just want to hang on to something. And here's what I want you to notice. As I have repeatedly now gone forward and backward in my ambulation, I'm working super hard at not waddling back and forth, okay? If I don't think about it, I'm telling you, that's exactly where I go. And it's It's primarily because of the hip replacement. And I have several people out there that have hips replaced. This little exercise that we're doing right now is incredibly important to get right. So as I'm walking front to back, all I have is my jugs here. See, I just filled 2 jugs that had a nice handle on it with water. And that gave me a good carrying medium, a good carrying item. Now, after I've done that front to back, then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more patterned walking. So at first, when you do this crossover, be very mindful about what you're doing from your hip up. Because generally, when I go like this with anybody, what they do is the minute I have you cross over and take that step, you're doing this. And some of you are even doing this. And that's exactly what we don't want to do. So step back to the back of your area, drop your shoulders, and see, I'm just letting these hang from my hands. I'm not gripping it. Take a big breath through your nose, cross over, and right at this moment, right now, say rib cage up, tummy in, shoulders down. Yes. Then come back. Okay. Now, what's the value in doing all this before we really start to get to the lifting of the weights? Well, number one, it's helping you line up properly. Because if you go put weights and you try to lift weights and you're leaning excessively forward every time you take a step, then we got problems, okay? So number one, when you start to do a pattern walk, and what I mean by that is kind of like dance steps, okay? I have some, she says she's she says she's not a professional dancer. She does this as her hobby, okay? But you have to keep your rib cage up, okay? So when you're gonna do a pattern walk and you cross over and see, I'm gonna release that foot here and come up here. And then I'm gonna step to the side and I'm gonna walk back again, okay? Take a big breath through your nose. I'm gonna go across. And right there, you say rib cage up, right there, before you release your back foot. Take a big breath, step up, and then you're ready to go into the center. And then you step back again, okay? So, let me just explain. Since you got up this morning, you've been doing front to back walking. You've been walking around your house, you got something to eat, went to the bathroom, you know, did all that stuff. My guess is you didn't do a lot of pattern walking, okay? Say rib cage up. I'm gonna release that back foot now. I'm gonna drop my shoulders and I'm gonna step forward and then I'm ready to come to the center, back up. When you do pattern walking, you are really getting your brain to wake up. Okay, that's number one. See, my leg is back here. I'm going to say rib cage up. Do not release your back foot until you say rib cage up, shoulders down. Big breath. Then you bring that leg up here and you're ready to come to the center. Okay? So if you really want to get your brain functioning better, do some pattern walking, but do it being very mindful of your positioning. Okay, so see, I'm back here. And not only does pattern walking really wake up your brain, say rib cage up, breath through the nose, but it gets your feet ambulating in all different directions. Okay, now I'm going to take these two carries whatever you picked up, just put it on your chair or wherever. Open your hands, take a big deep breath, go wrist up, up, and then wrist down. Okay, so it's the same thing as dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, but we're doing it with our hands. So we're going up because we just carried a pretty good load, and we're going to come down. Okay, now we're going to take our arms and go in sagittal direction just to get them warmed up. This is a good warm up move, and it's a good cool down move. Okay, so I'm doing a split stance with one leg forward, one leg back. Then I'm going to take one more step. I'm going to drop my shoulders. So the minute I start doing this with people, I take a look and I see what position their thumb is in. That's number one. Then I look and see what position their shoulders are in. So if I step and I start to do my sagittal plane motion with my arms, I'm going to keep my shoulders down. Okay? Then I'm going to take a step forward, and you will get a little transverse action right around your waist. But your thumb is up and your shoulders are down. And I'm stretching that foot, and then I come back. Shake out, shake out, shake out. Now I'm going to go over and I'm going to grab my weights. So you might already have your weights, but I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick up a medium weight. So in my hands, I have a 9 and a 9. Okay? Drop your shoulders. Yes. Rib cage up. Yes. Breathing through the nose. Yes. You got it? Okay. So now let's put our pattern walking into a little bit of a loading pattern walking. Okie dokie. We can do this one of two ways. This is all presuming that you are being very mindful of the rib cage up issue. Okay, so I'm going to come back. I'm going to cross over a couple of times because I'm giving my spine, my feet, my hips, my knees, I'm giving them time to do a readout to say, oh, I feel that we've got a different kind of weight here. So this is a medium weight for you in your hands. And as I step over now, see, I'm going to step over. I am not going to release the back foot yet. Okay, that's number one. I am going to soften my front knee, number two. So I'm pretty much on my toe in the back. You see that? And I'm getting ready to bring that leg all the way up, but I'm not going to do it yet because I want to do some lifts that are very important to balance and to your upper body work as well as the core, but for sure the upper body. My front knee is bent. I'm on my toe in the back. I'm saying rib cage up. And if I get knocked off of my balance position, then of course I will release that foot in the back and bring it up. Take a big deep breath. Do not lean. Do not lean. Here we go. It's a pull, breath. It's a pull, breath. It's a pull, and it's a pull. See, I'm just coming to the front of my deltoid while I'm just got my toe ready to take a step in back. Okay, now say rib cage up. Bring that back foot forward and then come straight over, just like that. So now I'm at the front of my area. I got my weights right here. Take a big deep breath through your nose. Yeah. Don't lean in. Say rib cage up. Yes. Just like that. Rib cage up. Yeah, rib cage up. You're gonna be hip hinging, but not shining your taillights. Okay, there's a big difference. So I'm stepping wide. My toes are forward. I got my 2 medium weights right here. As I go down, see, I want you to go ahead and increase the bend in your knee, but I don't want you to shine your taillights necessarily, not yet. And then I'm going to come up. So what you should be feeling is you should be feeling these muscles right here and your back extensors. So as I come down, keep my chin tucked, take a breath. Don't specifically shine your taillights, and then come back up, and then I come back down. Okay, I just want to keep emphasizing pushing into the heels, but you'll be on all 4 corners of your foot. So this is different than doing a hip hinge and really pushing your butt back. See, I'm not going down that deep. Okay, so I'm gonna hang out here just for a second. I'm gonna come up 1 inch, and as I come up and I come down, I'm gonna say rib cage up, and I'm gonna push really hard into my heels, but not necessarily shining your taillights, okay? So that has to do with how you're gonna use your spine in this particular move, okie dokie? So tight tummy, your butt will go back a little bit, but I want you to stay upright. Yes, just like that. Okay, stay down, right to there. See, I'm not going as far as I could go, but I'm hanging out down here. And I'm saying rib cage up. That's number 1. Take a big breath. Number 2, drop your shoulders. Number 3, pushing through the heels. Yes. So I'm doing this semi squat with 18 pounds, okay? And then I come back. Then I'm gonna walk backwards and go the other way around this little bush that we're doing. So I'm gonna go across like that, come back. So if you could remember to do this kind of a motion, see, I've crossed my midline, and the biggest thing I said, I crossed my midline, I said rib cage up. That's number 1. And number 2, if you could do this on a regular basis where you actually get to where you're almost ready to pull the back foot forward, but you don't, and then rotate back and step back into the neutral position. This is, I call neutral position, because I can go this way or I can go this way. Okay, so anybody that wants to get better with walking, better with balance, better with core strength, just do this move on a regular basis. You cross over midline and you extend yourself and you act like you're going to release the back toe, but you don't. Then you come back, okay? And here's what you need to notice. Many of you have multiple joints replaced, as I do. We get very poor at pulling ourselves back from a potential fall, okay? We don't catch ourselves. It's called catching yourself. So right now I'm trying to take you through a very good exercise to help you do just that. You see what I'm doing? Yeah, rib cage up, shoulders down, breathing through the nose, don't hold your breath. You're on your toe and it's turned in the back. You're acting as if you're gonna release that toe and bring it up, but you don't. See? My knee in the front is slightly bent, just a little bit soft. Yeah, and then I'm gonna come back from that move. So here's the deal. I want you to get incredibly efficient at doing this very move, okay? And if you do it too fast, you're gonna either over or under balance on that foot that's ready to take all the balance. See, whenever I step over, the front leg is the one that's got to get me correct. And if I don't, well, I'm gonna do a misstep. So this is a little exercise with weights, a medium weight, to help you to pull out of a almost losing your balance type situation. Okay? This simple thing, say rib cage up, and see, I don't even take it all the way up to the second part of the step. I just step over and say rib cage up, then I go back, and then I step over. And I act like I'm going to release the last back leg, but I don't. Okay, and the reason for that is we are going to release the back leg, but we're not going to do it real fast. Many of you want to do it so fast to get your foot up there so you don't lose balance. So what I'm saying is, yes, be next to a wall, be somewhere where you can be safe, but you got to think this through, okay? So I'm going to step across. Here's the second part of this move. Okay, so instead of just releasing that back leg and bringing it up quickly, so what am I asking you to do now? All I'm doing is asking you to release that back toe and stand on one leg with weights. And you might say, how long, Jeannie? And I'll say, well, how long can you do it? Then you step up when you want to, okay? When you want to. Now, I'm going to do the other side. And if you've been holding weights this whole time with me, then I want you to bring them up, because I'm going to go this way. So I went this way first, and now I'm going to go the other way. But I'm going to do a little interset. I'm going to come right to there. Okay, bend your knees just a little bit, rib cage up. I'm going to come tap, 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 breath, 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 just a tap. So you want to get a good repetition going. And you're doing a hammer curl. Drop your shoulders, sit back into the heels, soft knees, breath, 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 and breath. Now I'm going to put those weights right there. So it's the same weight, but I've changed position. Okay? Are you ready? Take a big breath. Now do the other side. So we're going to step over as if we were going to release the back toe. Get your weight on that front leg. Okay? Take a big breath. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. Now I want you to release the back toe, but don't bring it up yet. Okay? Just release it, release it, release it. Take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Put it down anytime you need to. Rib cage up. Take a breath. 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 Yeah, hang on. Hang on. Okay. Step forward and up. Okay? I know it. It can get scary. And you would think, oh my gosh, I didn't know that it was that difficult. Okay, we're just gonna do it one more time on each side. So what do I have? I have a 9-pound and a 9-pound in my free weights, holding on to them right here. If I was struggling with my balance, I would be next to a wall and my elbow might be touching the wall, okay? Or, so when you go across midline now, okay, bend the front knee, and you're getting ready to release the back foot. Okay, when you're getting ready to release the back foot, now you've got this weight here, you gotta stay rib cage up, really open your foot, don't curl your toes, release the back toe, okay, release it, hang out there just for a couple of seconds, and then when you want to, bring that leg up and step over. Okay, this is not easy. Okie dokie. Are you ready? Drop your shoulders. Cross. Open your toes. Splay them. Okay, you got your toe in the back. Soften the knee. Okay, bring the toe. Just release the toe. That's it. Just release the toe. Take a big deep breath. Release the toe. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Now come up and then across. Okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna bring these from my shoulders right into here. And now I'm gonna do my squat. So I'm gonna go pretty wide. Now I'm gonna stick my taillights back, okay? So it's quite different if you're just gonna drop down and come back up. You're gonna see, this is what we did before, this. I turn to the side so you'll see the difference. The back is still extended. I'm still carrying 18 pounds, but I just don't hip hinge as much as I would if I was going to go deeper. So this uses your quads in a different way. This is an important move to do as well. Okay. So now I'm going to swing the butt back and I'm going to shine my tail lights. It is a very different move. I'm going to come down as far as I feel I can into the heels and then push and come back up. So when you get ready to do this one, where we're actually going to put the weights in the floor, and these are medium weights, we're going to do this first set with our medium weights or whatever you have chosen. I want to emphasize to you, it's not so much the heaviness of the weight right now, it's your mobility. If you're coming down here, shining your taillights and coming down here, and then when you get to right here, this is what I typically will see. I will see somebody knowing that they're going to put their weights on the floor and they'll do this. Okay? They will put their head down. Don't put your head down. So you're coming down to put your weights in the floor, come down as low as you can without rounding your back. Yes. So you want to be able to do the fold. We're doing the fold. We're coming all the way down, getting ready to put those hands, those weights down, go into your heels, and then push into your heels and come back. Big deep breath. Big deep breath. Again, down, 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 down. Heels. Go as low as you can, and then come back. Okay? Take a big breath. 3 more. Here we go. Shine your taillights. Keep your chin tucked. Come all the way down as far as those joints will let you without rounding your back. We got 2 more. Are you ready? Drop your shoulders. Big breath. All the way down. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And then come back. We got 1 more. Here we go. Taillights. Toes are forward. Knees are right over the toes. And then come back. Take a big deep breath. Okay. Now I'm going to put these weights down. And now I'm going to go up. So now I'm going to pick up, still medium, but it's getting toward heavy. Okay. And we have a little interset here with our carries. So what I want you to do is just let your arms turn and float. You're not lifting, okay? So let's step back. So you have a heavy carry. I'm gonna step and let my arm act as a pendulum. And in order to do this ambulation, I have to turn my body, okay? And then come back. So this is a really nice recovery move. So I'm gonna take a step and turn. Take a step and turn and say rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up, and then come back and back and back and back and back. And so while I have these carries right here, and you can do this anytime you're outside and you've got a bucket, you've got a bag. So our feet are going to be shoulder width. I'm going to tighten in my tummy, drop my shoulders, soften up my knees a little, let one, either side, just let it pull that weight, that jug, just let it pull you down. Then pull yourself back up by contracting your tummy muscles. Don't push your hip. So we're going to drop. We're going to let it drop. We're not pushing our hip out. Go down as far as you can now. Contract your tummy muscles and come up. Take a big deep breath. Soften up your knees. You're going to let yourself just drop down as far as you can go and pull in your tummy. Contract your muscles in your abdomen and it will pull you up. And again, onto the other side. You let it pull you down, 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 contract and pull up. Yes, that's such a good intercept thing to do right there. So as far as your movement patterns go, the side bend is very classic. You know, usually you see people just rocking and rolling like that. It doesn't have to be like that. Just give yourself a chance to drop with your armpit like it's coming down into your hip and then back. And in order to get yourself back up, you contract here. See, that's a big difference, right? Contract here to get yourself back up, okay? All right, now we're ready, and we are going to pick up a heavier weight. So whatever you had, just go a little heavier. Then come in front of your chair and have a sit. Okie dokie. So I'm right here, drop my shoulders. Yes. Gonna bring those hands right here. So we're gonna work on upper body right now in a seated position. And I elected to use my pad on my chair because we are going to do some sit to stands with weights. And if you have multiple replaced joints, that little 2 inches really help. Now, if you're fun sized, your feet may be off the floor. In that case, take the pad out. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to lean in just like this and then lean back just like that. See that? So where I'm moving is at my hip joint, right? It's at my hip hinge. So as I move forward, I'm going to act like I'm shining my taillights. Then I'm going to move back and I'm not going to touch my, I'm just barely touching. I'm not leaning into my upper body, okay? Then I'm going to bring those weights right here. You remember the hammer curl we did a while ago? I know it. Well, we're going to do several of these. So we're going to go one at a time. So we're going to hold this one right here. See? Hold this one right here. Bring this one down. Bring this one up. Just like that. See that? We'll do 3. And then we're going to go to the other side. So employing the hip hinge, very important here. So you're going to hold this one here now. And you're going to come here 3 times. So I'm at a hip hinge. I am not rounding my back. As I lean in and back, then I'm going to bring it right back up here, and then I'm going to open it. And then I'm going to close it. And then I'm going to open it. And I'm going to close it. Take a big deep breath. Open and close. And open and hold it right there. Okay? Tight tummy. Big breath. Through the nose. And all I'm gonna do now is bring one hand up here to the ear and the other hand right here to the ear. And then I'm gonna go down. So I'm gonna go one and then bring them down. So 3 moves. One hand up, other hand up, then down. Okay, together. Here we go. You ready? Ribcage up. Big breath. Come up, and then down. I got 2 more. Come up, and then down. And come up, and then down. And then bring those weights right here. Okay. So, if you know that you tend to have a forward head issue, just be very mindful when you take weights up because you want to be lined up is the point, okay? All right, now we're going to do a bicep curl. We've been doing hammer curls, which makes you use your arm differently. So now I'm going to let them roll out right here. See this? See this? So before I go into that, what am I doing? Giving my pectorals a chance to open, giving my back a chance to really get lined up. Okay, so number 1, your shoulders are down. Number 2, just squeeze your shoulder blades together. That's it. So drop your shoulders, drop your chin, squeeze the shoulder blades together like you were going to try to hold a pencil. Okay, are you ready? Drop your shoulders, release through the shoulder blades, bring your weights right into here, and you're gonna bring it up and bring it up. So we're doing 1 and then the other. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders. This should be a pretty good weight. Drop your shoulders, breath and breath, breath and breath. Just keep breathing through the nose preferably. Any movement forward from your body should be from your hip. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Stay with. Okay, we just got a couple more. Take a big breath. Drives Kathy crazy when I say couple. A couple can be 2 to 20, Kathy. Breath, breath, keep your shoulders down. Breath, should be getting hard. Should be getting hard. Don't do a weird compensatory move. You're going to keep your form straight on and make that muscle pull. Okay, I got 1 more. Yes. And bring those weights down. Put them right on the floor. So I had the hip hinge and put them down. Yes. Okay. Take a big breath. Put one hand on the inside of your leg here. The other hand you're going to grab right back here. Okay. So here's the deal. When you're going to lift pretty heavy and you're going to try to really make your arm muscles work hard, sitting down is fine. Then you take the whole balance thing out of the equation. If you want to do the standing up, that's totally your call. Just make sure you use good form. Okay, take your other hand, put it on the inside of your leg. Say rib cage up, reach back, look over your shoulder, push against the knee, and pull yourself around. Yeah, just like trying to open a jar. Take a big breath. Big breath. Big breath. Drop your shoulders. Hold it there for just a little bit. Okay? Now let yourself rotate back. See this? Just rotate back. Keep your chin tucked. And what I would want to see here is that you don't cave. It's amazing when you see a kid Most kids these days, when they sit down anywhere, they just collapse right down. So what I'm saying is, you can help yourself a lot by learning how to move while seated, as well as standing. See, I just go turn, I just go back. This is kicking. I turn, I go back, and this is really working. I do a little tiny turn. So you're doing multiple tasks, loads for your abdominal muscles. Okie dokie. All right. So now what I want you to do is sitting at the very end of your chair. Okay, your feet out here. We already practiced this, right? So you've got that down. If I came in right now while you were doing this move, I would not see your back rounding, correct? So breath, drop my shoulders, rib cage up, go back like I'm gonna touch, but I don't lean, I just touch, and then I wanna bring my leg with me as I go back. See that? And then I'm gonna just go into a straight push. See that? Just 3. Yeah, just like that. And then come forward. Okay, we're gonna go back with the other one. Lift that leg as you go back, keep your chin tucked, and then make sure you put your whole foot flat down, don't turn it. 2, one more. Push, see, this is kicking, this is kicking. And then come back up and come forward. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna go down and pick up those weights again. So we stressed here, we stressed here, our forearm. Now we're gonna go to the back of the arms, okay? So for those of you who have done hips replaced, knees replaced, feet, your orthopedic team should have taken you through what's called prehab movements. When you go skiing, for instance, everybody thinks, oh, legs, legs, legs. Yes. However, you are going to fall. You better be strong enough to get yourself up, right? So getting stronger arms is a very important thing to do, is the point. So now we're going to hit the back of the arms. So now I got my weights here. I have 2 inches that I've got to go further down. If you can't do it, take this pad out, okay? Don't even use it. Because if you go forward and you're rounding right here at the very last inch, that's a problem. And you got to be real with what your positioning is, okay? So it's going to be a lot easier to reach down and grab those weights if you're lower, all right? Okay, drop your shoulders. Of course, it all depends on how long your arms are and all that, but anyway, I digress. Okay, here's my weight. So let's redo. We were here. We did hammer curls. We were here. We did bicep curls. Now we're going to go up the back of the arms and the back of your deltoid. So we're going to lean in. We're going to bring those elbows right next to our hip pockets. And all we're going to do is push our arms straight. So I'm going to keep my chin tucked. I'm going to push them back, okay, together. Take a breath, push. So you have triceps. That means 3 heads. This muscle needs a lot of stimulus to really work the way it's supposed to. So we're going to do them together, not one at a time. So we're here. We're almost parallel. We're going to go push. Take a breath. Keep your chin tucked. Really squeeze the backs of the arms. Release. Squeeze them. Breath. Squeeze them. Take a big breath through the nose. Push those arms straight. Hang on to it. Now go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the full one. Push it back. Push your chest forward. Yeah, drop your shoulders and it will do it itself. You don't even have to worry about much with your form if you drop your shoulders. Push. Take a breath. Push. Take a breath. Push them straight. Breath. Breath. Push them straight. Big breath. Push. I got about, I don't know, 3 more right now. Here we go. Push. Okay, 2 more. Push. 1 more. Push. And bring them down. Woo! Real quick now, whether you have a pad or not, you're going to do a little body weight challenge right now. Okay, now if you want to, you don't have to, you can put one of these weights, because it's a bigger weight, right here in your lap. So if you can't manage that and it keeps falling off, then don't do it. Okay, but I'm telling you, you can do that now. So I'm going to do it. And what you do is you keep on your toes so that you don't lose your weight. Okay, so you just lift your heels, drop your shoulders. You're all the way to the end. And all in the world that I'm going to do is tighten in my elbows. Okay, so I'm going to tighten in my elbows. I'm going to slip my butt off and then back. See this? See, it's about a 1 inch. My elbows are in. This is here. I'm on my toes. Drop my shoulders. Just right to there. Right to there. Right to there. And up. Keep your elbows in. Right there and up. There and up. See, it's a little tiny, but your muscles above your elbow is real, and your back is getting that great load right there. Okay, we're going to do repeats. So stay with me. Drop your shoulders right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bring it back. Woo! I know. Okay. Now, we've still got medium to heavy weights. I got a 12. This is a 12 and a 12. Okay? We've done multiple positions for our arms. Now we're going to lean a choir, stand up, and then I'm going to come and look at my chair this way. I'm going to do one weight at a time. Okay? So I'm right here, and I'm going to grab this one. Here's the deal. There's great value in doing weights on one side versus the other side. However, you have to really be mindful that you're not going to do this when you go to pick your weight up, that you don't lean and do everything in asymmetry. You want to be symmetrical, okay? So I'm right here. I'm going to push my butt back. I'm going to keep my shoulders level. I'm going to grab my weight. And I'm going to go pull and then press. And I'm going to drop down, but don't drop your shoulder. Okay? Stay in symmetry. Pull. And as you go down and you pull, you want to really get that shoulder up there and then press back. Do not do this very fast. It's a pull and a press. Big breath. Keep your shoulders in symmetry. Take a breath. Press. Pull. Press. Very controlled. Press it back. Keep your chin tucked. Big breath. Don't go faster. Okay, 2 more. Here we go, 1 more. Good. Bring that down. Step back. Push your butt back. Reach your hands toward the back of the chair and really drop your butt. Big breath. Big press. Big breath, big press. Big breath, big press. And then come up. Okay, you ready? Take a moment. Just stand up. Kind of equalize a little bit. Shake your hands. Yeah. Okay, so be very mindful that you don't drop. Okay, now I'm gonna take my stance, hip hinge, put one hand here, press it down, grab the other one. I'm gonna come down, pull, and then I'm gonna press it out. So I'm gonna go put it down, drop my butt, pull, and press. Down, big breath, press and pull. So you're getting a little quad activation here because you're doing this in a little semi-squat position. Pull, press. Down, pull, press. You should be sitting back into your heels. Big breath. Big breath through the nose. Pull, press, drop. What you'll notice is that it's getting very tired on your non-preferred hand. You were able to do a lot more on your preferred hand, which is quite normal. Push. Okay, three more. We got it. Stay down. Heels. Big breath. Two more. Here we go. Pull. Press. One more. Here we go. Pull. Press. And down. Woo! Open. Yeah. Come right into that W. Just like that. Breathing in through the nose. Take a split stance and do a pendulum swing. And when I do that pendulum swing, I keep the back knee slightly soft. Okay? Yeah. Stay wide, drop your shoulders. This is a recovery. So really good recovery. Keep your shoulders down. Big breath. And open. Come right into that W. Step back. Okay, get ready. Step forward. Say rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. And pendulum. Yeah, stay on your feet. All four corners. Drop the back knee just a little. Big breath. Yeah. Just like that. And then step back. And then thumbs are forward. This just helps to set all your shoulder girdle. See how I'm just going, I'm not gonna do 30. I'm just doing like, I don't know, 4 to 6. Okay? From the shoulder. Then your palms go up. And then you go back. Take a big deep breath. Drop your shoulders. Big deep breath. Drop your shoulders. Big deep breath. Through your nose. Yeah. And bring your hands down. Yeah. I hope you feel better. I hope you're able to follow through some of those body weight moves. Those are very important. Okay. Gloves help when you're doing a lot of lifting. Good job, y'all. Pill listen up when you need to do some arms.